and which makes them very, very expensive.
Have you ever wondered what strange and wonderful things you could spend your money on if you had an endless amount? Well, some people have this luxury, and they spend their money on some really strange items. So today, let's take a look at some of the strangest but most valuable items in the world. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. First, we start with a parking spot in Manhattan. Can you believe there are people out there who actually pay $1 million for a specific parking spot? According to information online, there are parking spots in New York City that charge $1 million just to allow you to park a single car. While the price itself could be affordable, take into consideration this is 6 times the price of an average home in the United States. People of Manhattan know how it is to be paying for every inch of the ground in the city they live in, but they don't mind. Those who can afford paying $1 million for a single parking spot are most likely very wealthy people who could probably afford to pay for a lot more. But a parking spot is nothing when we compare it to the other items on this list, so stick around because you don't want to miss them. Next is Pasión Azteca Platinum Liquor Bottle. Pasión Azteca is a bottle that might remind you of a magical potion, considering the price of it at $3.5 million. This bottle is basically a bottle filled with añejo tequila, which means aged tequila. The way it works is pretty straightforward, even though it's a very lengthy process. To make añejo tequila, it's required to ferment and distill the blue agave plant and then wait 6 years for it to age. Pasión Azteca is currently the most expensive bottle of tequila in the world according to the Guinness Book of World Records, and is certainly a bottle most of us have never had a chance to see in person. The bottle itself was designed by a Mexican artist known as Alejandro Gomez Oropeza, whose engraving can also be found on the bottle as well. Next is the Passion Diamond Shoes. If you're a huge fan of shoes, here's a very interesting fact for you. There's a pair of shoes named the Passion Diamond Shoes. These shoes are literally the most expensive shoes in the entire world, coming in at $17 million, designed by Jada Dubai. The luxurious stilettos are made from real gold and are decorated with 2 round 15-karat flawless diamonds. The reason these shoes are so extremely pricey is simply due to the fact that they feature 118 small diamonds and have bigger jewels located on top of the toe box area. Jada Dubai is famous for making unique shoes with diamonds on them, and according to Maria Majari, the co-founder of the company, it took around 9 months to design and create these beautiful Passion Diamond shoes. Now we look at the Le Incomparable Diamond Necklace. The name itself speaks about this beautiful diamond necklace that is still to this day the most expensive necklace in the entire world. Le Incomparable Diamond Necklace is obviously expensive for a reason. It features the largest internally flawless diamond in the world, and it has an interesting history behind it, but you would hope so for something costing $55 million. This necklace was first seen in public back in 1984, when it was put on display in the Smithsonian Institute. The 18-karat gold necklace is beautiful and very elegant. The natural yellow shield step-cut diamond is apparently the largest internally flawless diamond that has ever been graded by the well-known Gemological Institute in America. The necklace as a whole features 35 breathtaking round-shaped diamonds, 9 heart-shaped diamonds, 4 oval diamonds, 27 pear-shaped diamonds, 5 emerald-cut diamonds, 3 Asher-cut diamonds, 5 cushion diamonds, and 2 beautifully radiant diamonds. Next is a Graf Hallucination Diamonds watch. Watches have been a sign of wealth and power for a very long time, so it's no surprise the most expensive watch in the world costs a whopping $55 million. The Graf Diamonds Hallucination Watch is a sculptural masterpiece, and it's a celebration of the miracle-colored diamonds, according to Lawrence Graf. Graf was born and raised in London. At the age of 24, Graf already had 2 of his own jewelry stores in London, and he knew it was something he would do for the rest of his life. By the age of 30, Graf was one of the owners of the biggest jewelry businesses in all of Britain, and today, he has over 45 stores worldwide. Graf Diamonds Hallucination Watch is a piece he wanted to make for a very long time, and a piece that was designed to represent all of the passion he and his company have for diamonds. Next is the rare 1964 Ferrari 250 GTO. This car is mostly known as the holy grail model of Ferrari. Currently, this vehicle holds the record for being the most expensive car ever sold for an insane price of $70 million. This famous Ferrari was the one that won the Tour de France back in 1964 and is also one of the cars that completed at Le Mans. While Ferrari 250 GTO didn't win the Le Mans race, it was 4th overall, which at the time meant huge success for the Ferrari and their company in general. The Tour de France automobile is basically the most famous and history-changing motor race ever made in the world. Therefore, it's no surprise this model of Ferrari became so important to certain people out there. Being one of the 36 models ever produced by the company, this car features a 3-liter V12 engine and is able to produce more than 300 horsepower, which means it managed to get from 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds with a top speed of over 174 miles per hour. Next, we look at the Wittelsbach Graf diamond. To understand the importance of this diamond, it's extremely important to learn a bit about its history in general. There are quite a few gaps in how much we really know about this diamond's genealogy. However, it's believed it has traveled from faraway India to Europe back in the 17th century. According to the New York Times, it was Jean-Baptiste Tavernet who brought this beautiful stone to the West. Knowing India was the only source of diamonds till the 1700s, it's quite easy to believe this beautiful blue stone was found there. Remarkable for its size, flawless clarity, and beautiful color, Wittelsbach Graf diamond is everything a true diamond lover would want to see. This 31.6 karat blue diamond comes in an extremely rare blue color and is certainly one of the rarest diamonds in the world, which is why it would set you back $80 million. Next is Pablo Picasso's Les Femmes d'Alger. Back in 2015, at Christie's Looking Forward to the Past sale that was showcasing 20th century artworks, Les Femmes d'Alger ended up to be the surprise of the day. At the estimated $140 million pre-auction, this artwork seemed to spark the interest of many in the area at the time. After the bidding surpassed $125 million, 5 last bidders slowly but surely ended up making the price rise up to $180 million. At the time, this was basically the highest price for an auctioned painting, and it was no other piece but one of Pablo Picasso's boldest and most notable paintings he made between 1953 and 1955. The piece was in great condition, and its previous owner only bought it for $32 million back in 1997. Next up, we have Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi. Another piece that had been sold at Christie's auctions is an outstanding and very famous piece of art made by Leonardo da Vinci. His Salvator Mundi actually sold for a whopping $450.3 million back in 2017, and seeing the price, it's certainly the most expensive painting ever sold. To make the story even more interesting, this piece was sold for only £45 back in 1958, then for $127 million back in 2005, just to end up being sold for $450 million in 2017. The reason the price was so low back in the days was simply because people believed it was a copy and not real. After years of research, the artwork finally got its story back together, and finally officially became one of the most famous and most wanted attributions to Leonardo da Vinci. Even though the painting is beautiful, people nowadays claim it was not bought for the appreciation or respecting reasons of the artist who painted it, but simply for the brand recognition and status. Next, we have Mukesh Ambani's Antilia. You're most likely used to seeing super luxurious homes from celebrities and businessmen. However, have you ever seen Antilia? Antilia is basically a home of Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries, located in South Mumbai's Altamont Road. This home is everything but ordinary. It's a 400,000 square foot building that's located in one of the world's most luxurious addresses. While the building is located in Mumbai, it was actually designed by Perkins & Will, 2 architects who come from Chicago and Leighton Holdings in Australia to take care of the construction. The entire building features 27 floors, all with very high ceilings, but for $2 billion, that's not everything. There's a mega temple, guest suites, private movie theater for 50 people, a salon, and an ice cream parlor every child would love. Also, knowing that Mukesh himself is a big fan of cars and going fast, he has a whole dedicated 6 floors for that. This so-called garage can hold up to 168 cars and is certainly a dream of every car collector there is. Next is the particle, antimatter. Antimatter itself is a particle that can somewhat give us unlimited energy. The manufacturing process of antimatter is extremely expensive, so much so that we need an entire facility just to produce a single milligram of it. At the moment, no one owns antimatter, at least for now. But if anyone ends up having it, it will most likely end up being used as a fuel for interstellar travel. But for a whopping cost of $62.5 trillion per gram, you would hope it can take you beyond the stars. That wraps up some of the strangest but most valuable items in the world. Thanks for watching the video.